with the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Here we go. Set. 15 line. 15 line. Hey, Haywood. Nice.
Block now on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Block going to throw. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go on this one.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Mike 34, Mike 34. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Jacobs. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Let's go one more.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Stephen Weatherly able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Flush to his right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Locke. He'll buy some time right. It's caught by Sanders. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
64, weak.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Theo Riddick, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. These 2 teams all tied after 1. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. John Johnson, one of the leading tacklers from the safety position in the NFL, there to make the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down now. It's Jacobs looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's able to find Diggs. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater to throw it. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 16. Lock. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Lock. And his throw is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing now is Lock. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. He's got Smith here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Hey, come on. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check him. Check him.
What we got? Let's go, hey.
Now on 2nd and 13, Bridgewater. And Diggs has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. From the gun, Bridgewater. It's complete to Diggs. And some room to work. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Another try after the first down sack. Lock, the completion to Riddick. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play and a half. Bridgewater. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
You got nothing to that. You got nothing.
A handoff right. It's Gore. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. On second down, Jacobs. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Block again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Stephen Weatherly in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Sherrills. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater eluding the pressure right. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and goal. Bridgewater, and they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. Here's Bridgewater. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lock. He hits Riddick underneath. They'll give him a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Riddick with a carry. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Stephen Weatherly. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to the air on second down. It's Locke sliding out of the pocket. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Stephen Weatherly make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake and he can't get rid of it, he's taken down. Von Miller in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Bridgewater. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Let's go. Hey, well, Mike 34, Mike 34.
On third down, Bridgewater. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw taken in by Hamilton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Lock now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw it is Lock. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Locke will try again on 2nd down. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, ball may come your way.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And McManus able to put it through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And he's got some space here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Here we go.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. The run right side. It's Gore. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
He can't hang. He's not going to get free.
Here's Bridgewater. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Now a desperation throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Bridgewater to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater rolling to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
There we go.
And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
And how about that? He missed it. Won't matter much in the final shakedown, but a bizarre way to end this victory. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth.